Okay. Let me get my stuff out here. Zippity-doo. Hello, you. Hi, guys. You promoted Budweiser? Or
No. You got me in here.
You need to be discreet. See? Promote llamas with sunglasses. For those of you who...
Are we starting?
Yeah, we started.
Oh, wow. Hi.
Guys. Hey, guys. Okay,
I
so...
haven't been down here in a while.
Yeah.
I know. I've been busy in the yard. It's been a busy tree season for me.
Yeah.
It's been fun, really fun. Been going easy. Clients been great.
If you're watching on YouTube, Lyle looks like... who's that guy on Joe Rogan?
On Joe Rogan.
It looks like homeless. He like jokes about himself looking homeless or something.
On Joe Rogan's pod?
Yeah, what's his name? He's always funny. He's like got all like the TikTok like sound memes like.
Oh, one of his guests?
I'm not a genius either. Yeah, no, one of his guys. Well, main guest.
There's only one. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You should know this. I don't know his
sorry.
name. Anyways,
Oh,
you look like you came from the bush. It's great.
I came from the prairie and it was about 50-kilometer winds a whole day. So
You guys.
I'm a little wore out.
It's been gross today. Gross. Like the wind is so bad, and then it's all the smoke coming in from the fires, which are really bad. I haven't heard much about it, all except for that it's really, really bad in Manitoba, up north. That's all I've heard. I don't know much more, but we're seeing it here in South Saskatchewan. Let me get to my intro real quick here, guys. I wrote my intro thinking that it would just be me and you again. So here's my intro according to that. Hey friends, welcome back to Beyond Brave. In this not solo episode, I'm chatting about the upcoming golf tournament I'm playing in. Oh, boy.
Yeah, what the hell? So you've probably, with this one round, you'll have golfed more than me this year.
Let me finish my intro.
I never get to golf in May, though. It's just a write-off. Sorry to interrupt. I do it all the time.
It's fine. I don't care. It's kind of funny. Okay, so I'm golfing in a tournament. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to answer your journal-inspired questions, and I have a funny bit about that from my Instagram stories. And I'm going to share some beautiful new signs from Bella and more. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the Brave Cave, husband of mine.
We should note that we are recording Friday evening.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
That's why the appearance and the beer. And I just came in.
Oh, yeah, like I had said at the beginning, if Denny keeps that in there, I am drinking from a cup with a llama and rainbow sunglasses.
Okay. So what do you got on the docket?
Oh, okay. So, oh geez, where am I going to start, you guys? Why don't I start with the golf tournament?
I have a couple topics.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, when I was sitting on the deck there before I came down.
Oh, I love surprise topics from Lyle.
Do you want mine? Mine too?
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay,
let's
so
start.
The first one I've noticed is that I've started caring about birds and bird species more than I ever have before.
Oh, really? Is that why you told me to forget about the nest of eggs in my front porch?
No, that was there for years, or for a year, so I knew that one was...
No, before you knew that, you're like, don't touch it, leave it outside.
Well, no, we don't need to breed them.
Okay, well,
We have plenty of birds, but I've noticed with age that I care a lot more about songbirds, especially. That was one of the topics anyways.
Here we go.
And in our yard, we have all these blackbirds, so I've been on a binge of getting rid of them one way or another.
Don't upset people with what you're about to tell them.
And now we have, it's funny when one gets eliminated, all the nice songbirds like the robins and the meadowlarks just come frolicking back in after the one like nasty bird is gone.
It's like the blackbirds that goes from like to like
it's just the circle of life.
Yeah.
Right. And so the other topic I have, besides noticing that I care more about which birds are in our yard, was that subtitles are always on our TV now. And I don't think I can go back.
I've never thought of this.
Didn't notice one day I turned them on and I'm just like, this is how I watch TV now. It's great.
Okay, well, I haven't noticed. Like, usually if I have the TV on, I just have it on as like background noise and I'm like doing my work at the kitchen table or I'm like in the bedroom cleaning or whatever.
You're playing your games.
I'm not playing games during the day. I'm working.
No, I mean, okay, well, and you're watching TV at night.
But I don't mind that because then I'm paying attention to a story I want to pay attention to.
And you need the subtitles on.
Yeah.
especially if there's like a British accent, has to have subtitles.
Yeah.
Or if it's like if you're having a snack that's really crunchy, like crackers, have to have subtitles on.
Well, it helps you keep up with what's going on too, I've noticed, because I'm one of those people where it's like I'm always asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, yeah, you know
It's
this.
great.
I'm always asking questions, and it's
Mm.
like all the husbands out there rolling their eyes, like, oh, that wife. And so with subtitles, that doesn't happen as often because I'm like, I can keep up and know exactly what they said. And it's not like,
Right.
what did
And
they
then you
say?
pick up your
What
Switch and I
happened?
say, just for heads up, if you're gonna play video games while watching this movie, I'm not do not ask me any questions.
I can multitask.
No,
I am woman. I am strong. I
okay.
multitask.
The only thing that subtitles are not good for is comedies because they'll put out the joke before like
Oh,
it
good
drops,
point.
so it ruins the timing. So I do turn it off for comedies
Good
or like
point.
stand-up specials, but
Yeah,
pretty well everything else now.
yeah, movies for sure. You don't want them for comedy. You want them for like movies, shows, like, yeah.
I'm just realizing now though, we're gonna get to an age where we're not gonna be able to read the subtitles eventually.
Why are you even thinking about that?
And
I
well,
plan on
and then
reading till
so
I'm like
okay, so
102.
we won't be able to hear it. We won't be able to read the sub. We'll just have to turn the TV off.
Aren't you taking your vitamins? I am prepared to be.
No,
I'm gonna live long and prosper with my hearing and my health.
we're gonna have to turn the TV off at some point when I can't hear or see it. It's
Jeez.
gonna be a dark day.
Silent movies.
By then, though, we'll have like VR things that'll just do it for us. We won't even need to open our eyes.
I haven't even tried the VR.
Headsets.
I've never tried it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Neither have I.
Yeah. They have them in like malls everywhere now.
Those are the topics I brought to the pod.
Those are fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
and I
Okay.
did that in 5 minutes of sitting on the deck.
Good for you.
Pretty impressive.
That's why you run this podcast, isn't it? Okay. To Kyla's topics. Those are fun topics, though. I like those ones. They're fun. They're new and they're interesting. Okay. Mine are okay. Well, let's start with the golf tournament I'm golfing in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go. Let's talk about that.
You're all jelly.
So you get to go on a golf trip.
This is my
Something
husband.
I've been waiting to do.
This is my husband, who's like best friends are obsessed with golf, go on golf trips when you have to like tend to your trees and your business and you work. And we have a golf simulator that you spent like money on. You've been practicing like every night since like you bought
It's
it.
a winter thing. I definitely like the golf sim is great
Yeah,
for the
through the
winter,
winter.
but like
And I'm
in
the
the
first.
evenings in May and June, July, like
Yeah.
no, I just need
No,
to sit down.
Go outside. Yeah. And I'm the first to go in a golf tournament.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Lyle gets this golf simulator in the winter. He's working on his game, You've taken lessons. I've golfed since I was like a kid. My dad taught me.
So have I. Just been garbage.
I
my
have
whole
like a
life.
natural talent. I golf really good. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just.
What's your handicap? You're just naturally really good.
I'm just naturally really good. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
9-hole. What can I get on a 9-hole?
On an,
What do I usually get on a 9-hole?
I don't know.
50?
You don't keep track.
50? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think you shoot a
The
50.
one
You
time I
golf like
golf a
once or
year?
twice a year.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Anyways, I'm excited because I'm not just golfing for fun. I'm golfing for wishes, for Make-A-Wish, for the Saskatchewan chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And so when this
Don't bump my video camera.
Oh, sorry. Oh, geez, I did it again. You're wiggling. Okay, so this is good because those of you that are listening, it's happening. Golf for Wishes in Saskatoon is happening on June 12th, and I wanted to share a little bit about that, not besides the fact that I'm playing in it. I'm going to take part in the ladies' 9-hole.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
That'll
I was hoping for
be-
like a Texas scramble. Am I just playing a regular 9 holes of golf?
Yeah, it'd be fun. More fun if you're playing You don't know the format?
It just says ladies' 9-hole.
Oh, maybe you're just playing 9 holes.
Oh.
Are you the celebrity? Like for the group? Do they buy to golf with you?
No. Well, okay, so here's the thing. Maybe.
Is it like a pro-am and you're the... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm sharing the event on my socials and golfing. So that's like a big reason why I'm golfing is it's a fundraiser, right? For Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
So, there's still let me get it right here. There's 4 individual spots left for the mixed tournament. Do you want to come? You could come.
Yeah,
And
maybe I will.
there's 4 individual spots left for the women's 9-hole. So if any of you out there listening want to golf with me on June 12th
June 12th?
for Make-A-Wish, do it.
Maybe I will.
Go to the website, makeawish.ca. Figure it out.
Maybe I'll enter a team.
Okay, this is something. Well, yeah, you could. You could support Golf for Wishes.
But we won't want to go with you.
That's fine. You can go. You can go in the mixed doubles. I'll be in the ladies' 9-hole.
I meant like travel and everything.
Oh, for Pete's sakes! Yeah, you and your 3 hooligan friends.
Well,
As long as
May
you,
12th.
no June 12th.
That's a Thursday.
Yeah,
No, I'll have to work.
Peacing out midweek.
Hmm.
So, anyways, I'm gonna be sharing on my socials while I'm golfing, advocating for donations for Make a Wish.
Mhm.
Hopefully we can fill those spots. So if you're listening and you want to fill that spot, that'd be awesome. Maybe you could golf with me. Yay. It's at the Willows Club in Firdale. I didn't know Firdale was like a little spot 10 minutes south of Saskatoon.
Is that the casino?
I don't know. It's
Willows?
like really, really close. It just says like
Oh,
10 minutes.
It's not. But that's a nice area.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the 20th annual Golf for Wishes presented by Aggressive Drilling. Last year's event raised $160,000. Visit makeawish.ca for more details. Couple cute little facts that I didn't know. In 2023, the Saskatchewan chapter of Make-A-Wish granted 85 wishes. In 24, they bumped that up 20% to 102 wishes. So hopefully 2025 can go even further. And in last year, they received 71 wish referrals. So we're already at 71 wish referrals.
Cool.
And
Do you want to explain your connection with Make-A-Wish?
but well, I mean, I had the CEO of Make-A-Wish Canada on here a couple episodes ago. So if you guys want to go back and listen to that, that is awesome.
And our daughter Bella was
Yeah.
Make-A-Wish recipient, and she had
Yes.
the killer Princess Castle.
Yep.
that we got.
Yep. And I go into full details with that when I chat with Megan. I should have like memorized the episode, but there's only like 27 guys, so I'm sure you can find it pretty quickly.
Scroll down.
Scroll down a little
You
bit.
talk about it?
Yeah.
Your
Talk about
experience? Right on.
Yeah, I talk about how the whole experience from start to finish is for a Wish kid and how it's different for every Wish kid. But for Bella, like I think this part's still the same where they kind of say, okay, what are your 3 wishes in order, like favorite, second, third.
Mhm.
And I talked about all 3 of the wishes Bella made.
Mhm.
And then of course the castle, which was her first wish, and that's what she got. And how we grew the castle, and when they were like secretly building the castle and she was growing it and sprinkling fairy dust and the things that they sent her the year leading up to receiving her castle. But did you know that 56%, so just over half of wishes in Saskatchewan are I wish to go? It's not, and the other bit are like I wish to have or I wish to see. But
Yeah, that's cool. What
I
were the
wish
other
to
2
go.
of Bella's?
So the other 2 of Bella's was, do you remember
Was it camper?
she wanted a replica real life size Barbie camper.
Which is a little out of their budget.
Like the pool on top
Yeah.
and the slide that comes out.
That would have been awesome.
But in general, she was 5 when she started
Mhm.
voicing what she wanted her wishes to be, and she wanted a Barbie camper in real life to go camping, which in reality I was like, how hard would it be to like spray paint a camper pink, right?
Which would have been kind of upsetting to trash our RV, and good luck selling it.
That is not trashing. I think that's cool. Like what
To spray paint it pink.
what an
It'd be really funny.
advertisement. What an
It'd be cool.
advertisement too though, when you're like going up and pulling and rolling up camping.
For Mattel?
Bright pink. Right?
Yeah. You're
Anyways,
welcome.
Yeah. Or like Make-A-Wish, but I guess Make-A-Wish is blue.
Yeah,
Anyways, I
she
thought
really did love camping.
she loved it, and
Yeah,
so she
we
wanted
got to camp a ton with her though.
Yeah, she that was her second choice. Her first choice, of course, was the castle that she designed, which is it resembles Rapunzel's castle, but in general, it's a princess castle, and it has the slide and everything that she dreamed of. And then her third wish, which I talked to Megan about in our episode, was really funny. It was to go to Disneyland, but it wasn't to go to Disneyland. It was to go to Disneyland to have a sleepover with the princesses
Uh-huh.
and then dunk tank all the bad characters of Disney, like Ursula and
Mhm.
Jafar, and they'd have to line up, and Bella would get to dunk tank them, and then she'd go and party with all the princesses and have like a sleepover party.
So there had to be like a performance involved.
I don't know. I think
It's
that
great.
I just think it was the most adorable idea
Well, I
ever.
think she kind of got all three of her wishes. She got to camp so
She
much. She got to go to
did.
Disneyland,
Yeah.
and she got her castle.
Yeah.
So
That's been on my heart lately a lot. I've been thinking like in general, it's so sad to lose any child so young. And when I get angry and I get frustrated and I get mad, like she had so much life to live, it's not fair that she died so young. I constantly am so eternally grateful for the people in our life, people that we don't even know. You people out here listening, anyone online from TikTok, Instagram, our socials that sent her gifts and just made her world amazing in the most beautiful ways. Sent her gifts, sent her messages, stopped us in the mall and said hi. Or like that lady at the Rush game that was like, here's $20, Bella. Go grab some popcorn or go grab some Coke or candy or whatever you want. I love you. I love your story. I love that you're so brave. All those people, it was like, it's like she got so many of her wishes to come true because of this world that loved her and knew her story.
yeah,
And I'm just so thankful that that you all gave her so much in her short life that it helps heal my heart knowing that she receives so much love from so many people and so many strangers.
hmm
And like I remember when we started our idea for the gift box at our local lab, like a hospital at our lab for kids that go into the hospital and need blood work. And I came up with this idea and I presented it to Bella because she was receiving basically fan mail. Like, remember when we'd come home from hospital or
hmm
in general, we would have so many gifts to pick up from the mail. And it was just this outpouring of love from people that followed her story. And I'd have these mountains of gifts to unbox and
yeah. I remember because I was at home
yeah,
collecting all these boxes.
you'd be
You'd be
collecting
in the
them.
hospital. I'd be going in
Yeah.
because we don't live in town,
Yeah.
so we have to go pick up our parcels in town.
Yeah.
And it was a constant flood every day of me going to pick up parcels and
Yeah.
just storing them in the office
Yeah.
for you guys to get home. It was really
Yeah.
exciting and funny.
It was.
A little annoying at times.
It got very overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
And like I'm just so thankful that we were so blessed by so much love, you know, and that she got to experience that. And I was nervous at the time. I'm like, okay, I don't want this to get to her head and make her like think she's spoiled and all this. And she never did.
Right.
She's never like that. And then she allowed me to present this idea to her, and Bella just accepted it right away. And I said, sweetheart, how about when we go through the unboxing, it was very important for me to thank the people online. So we would try and do a live
hmm
on our socials or send photos, personal messages and be like, thank you for this gift. And Bella would say, thank you. That was number one, to give thanks. Number two, I wanted her to always think of kids in a similar situation and
hmm
she already knew what it was like to receive gifts in hospital to help her through, you know.
She
Um
knew it. They really helped.
she knew it really helped. And so when I gave her this idea, I was like, how about for any of the ones that are like kind of like something you already have or or whatnot, or something that, you know, why don't we save it and bring it to as a new gift to the hospital for the kids at our local hospital that have to get blood work
I had to get poked.
and had to get poked. And she was like, yes, mom, like 100%. So that's where the Bella's basket started. And we have that still going today at our local lab in the hospital. And so Waylon and I try and refill it. And sometimes Bella would want to go shopping and pick out new toys, or sometimes we do fundraisers, or sometimes she would use the gifts that she received that she thought, you know what, I want to give this to another kid that needs it.
It wouldn't be very hard to expand that to like other hospitals. It would be a fundraiser, but it wouldn't be that hard to fundraise for financially or even just to get like
Mm.
more donations to like fill the box with toys.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's a good idea. I mean, it all really started from like Bella had
Because
needed.
you've had really good feedback about it.
Oh yeah, really good. And Bella had it really started with Bella needing blood work almost every day of her life for her entire life. Sometimes we got to weekly, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes it wasn't always to be able to draw from her line. It was painful and it was an actual poke. And so I would create this poke box, I called it. I had a better name for it at the time, but I called it a poke box, I think, in my head. Anyways,
So
I
I
created
thought.
this box and I bring it with us every time we had to go to the hospital for blood work. And I would have little toys in there for her to play with or distract her, and then or a prize that I could pick out. And when she was old enough to pick out her prize, I'd always be like, okay, honey, like you have to get a poke today. You can get through this. You can be brave. We're gonna go and we're gonna buy something after that. That like you get to pick it out because I know this is hard for you. And sometimes it would be like McDonald's chicken nuggets, and then other times it'd be like, let's go to Walmart and I want this like special toy or something like that. And
Or
sometimes it'd be like
like lip smackers or
dollar store
yeah.
lip smackers or makeup or
What else you got on there?
okay. Where are we going? Where are we where are we coming from?
So
Where are we
you
going?
covered your golfing. so
Covered my
far.
golfing. Okay, we got on to Make-A-Wish. All right. So I had this is gonna be this. I'm really happy you're here. This is good for you. So I told my
You're lucky.
you guys, this is supposed to be a solo episode because he's like been denying me access to his availability.
I'm a very busy person. I don't have time
Yeah.
to.
I come home with him napping on the couch. I'm like, oh, I don't have time for a pod, eh?
I did. I had today off from my other job, and so what I do, I worked in the yard all
My other
day.
job.
And
I have
it's so
two
windy.
jobs.
The wind wears you out, and I
Hey.
didn't even fall asleep. I was basically. I heard you guys come in, and I was kind of fake sleeping so that you didn't bother me.
Waylon's like, oh, Mom, shh.
I know. I heard that. He's like,
Starts
"Oh,
tiptoeing.
you guys are gonna ignore me." Okay, I'm just gonna continue to
Yeah,
lie
he
here.
totally. He was bounded. He's like, it's Friday, Mom. I want to watch a movie and then go to bed.
I feel bad. I only saw him for like 10 minutes, but
Do you know our
happens.
son? His name's Waylon, and
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with him. I heard he gave someone the finger at school the other day.
Oh my gosh! Wait, he's still awake and he hears us.
He said it was pretty funny. He did it as a joke. I don't know if he did.
He did, but it's like I've been telling him this. I'm like, he'll say a name. Like today, he was like his friend Reed, his birthday party, and he's like, Reed sounds and rhymes with weed, and I'm like, oh, that's not.
Well, it does.
I know, but I'm like, that's not funny. He doesn't want to be called a weed because his name rhymes with it. I'm like, well, he'll think it's funny. He'll think it's funny. I'm like,
He's
no.
got bad jokes.
I'm like,
not
don't.
funny.
I'm like, it's not funny. And then
Quit trying to be funny, kid.
he'll confess and like say little swears or give the finger and you think it's funny. And I'm like, one kid probably laughed because they taught you that. And they think it's funny because they taught you something.
Yeah, you know where that comes from? Like the school bus.
Oh, the
That's
bus.
school bus jokes. When it would be like grade 10ers trying to get them to give the finger.
Teach little
be super
kindergartens,
funny.
grade ones, bad things.
School buses where all the shit happens.
You little school bus people. I never rode the school bus.
Oh yeah,
You
you
did.
grow up on the school
Oh,
bus
jeez.
because you have like grade 12ers riding with you, and you're so scared.
I
It's
feel like
great.
we need to dive into your
Well, my dad,
childhood a little bit here.
dad drove the school bus because I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
My dad drove the school bus for 40 years.
40.
Yeah,
What did he get as like a retirement gift?
I don't know, a paycheck.
Pen?
I don't give a shit. But and he was always pretty chill. Like
Yeah.
he was pretty lax with the kids,
Yeah.
so we would get away with lots of stuff, and we
Oh,
would do
jeez.
all kinds of crazy things.
Dangling you out the window by your ankles or something.
We would throw stuff out the window,
Oh my
like
gosh.
when he wasn't looking, like apples. And one time, when one of the kids older than me threw an orange out the window, and it hit like an oncoming vehicle, and we heard it smack.
Oh. What
Yeah.
happens in that case? Did you guys get like pulled over?
I think it was reported. The person that it hit reported it to the school, and then the next day,
Did your dad get in trouble?
the kid that threw it got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So
That's the way
because
it should be.
the vehicle knew a school bus threw something from it, and it hit them, and so but it was so cool because the smack was like boom.
That could have caused a
As like a
serious
3-year-old, it
accident.
was like wow. Cause,
Oh my
and so because the school bus wasn't that big, so you'd all kind of get in on like the crazy like shit that's happening
Oh my
in the back
gosh.
of the bus.
Jeez. Grade 10, 11, 12.
And once in a while, you'd be like super bold. I remember some people would get off when they'd get out of the bus through the back like emergency door. Like be a cool guy.
Did your dad get mad?
I don't know. No, that doesn't really get worked
Oh
up.
my gosh. You also went to a school that was like, the population was like 10,
So try like
50.
what of the town?
Yeah, Marengo, how many kids went to your school from
Yeah,
K to
like
12?
in the school K
Yeah,
to 12,
yeah.
there's been like 200.
No.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
150, 200
seven.
kids K to 12.
Maybe
My
100.
graduating class had 16 people in it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Guess how
we were
many?
in bigger ones.
My graduating class had 400.
Oh, just a faceless nothing.
Faceless entity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't even know you're graduating with.
No, I did. Our class was pretty tight, but we were like the biggest class for like a long time.
Yeah, so were we 16.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's the school bus.
School bus story from Lyle.
And so now Waylon rides the school bus, and I'm really happy about it because he gets like indoctrinated by the.
Yeah,
he gets an education on the school bus.
You know what my
Class doesn't stop in school.
You know what my journey to school was?
Riding your little bike down the street, 1 block.
No. Well, close. No, it was when I had to ride. I had a further walk to school when I was like
Elementary.
kindergarten to grade 5. And then when I went to junior high and high school, the schools were like literally a block away from my house. But I had a further. But one time I had.
Hey, how do you feel about your old family home selling?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't care.
Well, I mean, I'm not like I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to like.
Now your mom's moved out into the home. How do you feel like? Yeah,
Yeah.
now that you'll never see your old house again. Because I know when mom and dad sold our farm,
Yeah.
I was a little
That's a big
like.
yeah.
But I mean, maybe farms you're more connected to. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. It's not that I'm like super. I mean, I'm a child of divorce too, right?
Right.
So,
And I guess
mean,
yeah.
my parents got divorced when I was like 5, 6. So
So you're always bouncing from house to house.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I was, I wasn't just like your typical every other week or every other 2 weeks. It was every other day.
Mhm.
I'd bounce from my mom's to my dad's, from my mom's to my dad's in the same city.
So your childhood home really doesn't matter at all. You don't care.
Well, I'm not connected. No, I'm not.
You aren't. Okay.
Not
You're
connected.
not very sentimental
No.
with stuff
No,
that way.
no, I'm not. No. Okay, so do we want to get into? I'm switching it up. So I took a look at my Instagram listener questions for tonight, and I told them, I was like, pick any page out of my journal, and I'll read it to you. But some of them took it really literally, and I was like, oh, maybe I didn't explain this very well.
Pick any page on you have a journal?
I have hundreds of journals. Do you not know me? I
What are you
write
talking about?
like my hospital journals, like every notebook in the house that I write things down on. Like they're right here. Like I got 2 at my feet right now.
Well, like your day planner?
No, my journal where I take notes. Anyways, what I had in my mind was like, ask me anything. Doesn't matter like how personal. God, you're the worst. It's like having a frat boy in my brave cave right now. Okay. Anyways, I was like, ask me a question like you're asking me to read a page on my journal. But some people were like, page 111, page 17, page 26. I'm like, no.
That's what I would have said. Any page, like, I don't know, 7.
First of all, journal pages aren't numbered. It's like loose leaf. You don't like number the pages like
Well,
a book.
you're saying journal like it's your diary.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Aren't they numbered?
I have a
And-
lot of diaries. No.
Well, then you'll have to count.
You could
like
date
1, 2,
them.
3.
Like the date would make sense. Like on this day, I
Oh,
did
like
blah,
your
blah,
day
blah.
planner.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, when you write in your diary, you mention the date.
Well,
You're
you
not
can't get after people.
You're not page 27.
No.
of
What you
May
said.
10th.
You said
Like,
pick a page out of my journal or 12. You're getting after
So-
them for doing exactly what you asked for.
No, because then I have to be like, I have to flip through 1, 2, 3, 4, because I don't freaking number them.
Nobody knows that your journal pages aren't numbered. That's not a thing people know.
This should be common knowledge. People,
Then why do you ask for a page?
journal pages are
What
by
are they
date.
supposed to describe then?
Oh, I can't.
Okay, like how are they supposed to? The middle part. Is that what they're supposed to say?
No, they were just supposed to ask the question. Like, make it as personal as you want. Because I'm like an open book. I'll talk about anything. That's all I
Pick a
meant.
page. I'm not the one closer to the end. Like, how do you not give it anything but a page number?
No, I just meant like ask me
I
something.
was chill. This is ridiculous.
I am fully admitting that I worded this wrong. I'm
No,
gonna say,
okay. Okay.
okay, I'm fully
Okay.
admitting. I'm
All
fully
right.
admitting.
All right.
But okay, so I was
I
gonna
didn't know
say,
you were. Because
yeah,
if you weren't, I was gonna get you to.
you. Okay, I was supposed to decide between
Mhm.
talking about signs recently or the listener questions first. So let's go to listener questions
Yeah,
first.
you've done signs a lot.
Well, I haven't told anybody about the two recent ones, like the real obvious one
Was
that
it on Instagram?
no.
'Cause you-
I
okay.
told you and that was it. I told you and that was it.
Go ahead with what you're gonna do.
Okay. Let's start with the listener question box. So some of these are okay. I'm gonna jump right into it. The first question was, what was our flight home without Bella like? When we flew home from Toronto without her.
Jeez, I don't even remember. That's the first time I ever thought about that.
Right? Yeah.
What a
So,
crazy question. This has
uh-huh.
nothing to do with your journal.
No, this is the question I was looking for. I was looking for any question people wanted to know. Talk to me like I'm reading from my journal. Ask me a question like something personal. That's all I meant.
I'm still
Okay.
still
I'm
missing
gonna-
the concept of it.
I'm gonna read it to you.
Regardless, okay, no, you know what? Let's break it down. I'm sorry. Go do what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna show you. Well,
The flight home. I remember.
Here, listen. Hey, Beyond Brave listeners, I'm recording tonight and planning a full sharing my diary type episode. So tell me, what page do you want to read from my diary? And it'd be like, oh, Kyla, tell me about the time here, or tell me about the time here, is what I was expecting. So I'm sorry to mix you all up, but some people got it and they just asked a question, which was the first one.
Oh,
What was our flight home without Bella like?
it's a good question.
Yeah.
I honestly have I don't
Can't
remember
really
it
remember. Yeah,
whatsoever.
we haven't thought about. I do.
Okay,
So
you'll
well,
probably jog my memory.
I remember the flight to the airport very vividly, and my
You mean
friend,
the
the drive
yeah.
to the airport.
She was so helpful.
Yeah, my friend in Toronto, that her daughter and Bella were like best friends, and she was always there to support me when Bella and I stayed at Sick Kids in Toronto. And
Right.
so when Bella passed away at Sick Kids, we of course stayed for a while after until we had everything put together to be able to come home, and all the things that takes in hospital at the Ronald McDonald House. You know, how you fly your child home from out of province that has passed away. That takes some time, and so we still had to fly home without her. She wasn't on the plane we were on.
Yeah, obviously you think about it like how obvious it becomes you're leaving Toronto empty-handed, right? You're missing somebody.
Yeah.
You're leaving something
Yeah.
so much behind.
Yeah.
And it's like flying sucks regardless. And this flight sucked too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a very pleasant flight in terms of like, we were on Porter.
I don't think anyone cares how the flight went.
Oh my gosh. I just meant in it wasn't like, there wasn't bad turbulence. It wasn't scary. It was quick. It literally was like, in terms of like the logistics, an easy flight when you're grieving losing your child within the last like 3 days.
The hardest part of that process of traveling home was opening up the door home
Yeah.
and getting home and seeing her bedroom.
Well, we didn't even get home right. We went to see your parents first. We went straight to your parents.
Yes. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we
I think we were delaying it. I was
Yeah,
like, and we had to grab Waylon from my parents.
it was much too painful
and
to
I was
come
not in
home.
a hurry to get home.
We did not want to be here.
No.
We did not want to be here and be flooded with her bedroom and the memories of her, because it was just too painful. But I remember going back to driving to the airport, my friend that had drove us there, I just remember the physical pain so vividly from the moment Bella passed to driving to the airport. It was so bad. I vomited.
Oh God, right.
Thank God she had a plastic bag in her car. I had a plastic bag with like medications in it.
But
and stuff.
and then she was a rough driver, and you're in the back seat.
She was not a rough driver. It was just like, it was
Was it?
Toronto, and she was trying to navigate getting to the airport, and it was like a busy time, and so she was kind of zigzagging
Yeah.
like residential streets.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it wasn't her driving. It was literally leaving that city without my daughter.
Yeah.
And it was like, it just like, I probably could have stayed and like rotted in the Ronald McDonald House room in bed before I could have ever wanted to pick my feet up and come back home.
After she passed away, how many days was it that we took to fly away?
It was like 2 or 3.
2, I think. It was
2.
wasn't long.
We had
Didn't want it to be long.
We had things to go back to the hospital for, and we had things we had to do at the Royal House, and there's things that there was just all this stuff we had to do that took a couple days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, I just remember that being really, really hard before we even got on the flight. I was vomiting so badly. I was so nauseous. I wasn't even sure I'd be able to get on a plane. And then I had Bella's, actually her ondansetron in my bag, and my friend was like, you can take that. That will help you. That's exactly what that's for.
Right.
It's like a glorified like gravel on steroids. And I remember taking that and feeling better and getting on the flight. And then it was just like, I don't know if this is me or if this is like an empathetic person or what, but it was like, I felt so bad for the people around me. I would just bawling constantly. We get on the plane and we were like the first seat, like the one right beside the cockpit, or right behind the cockpit. We were seats like 1 and 2. And I couldn't stop crying. So like everybody getting on the plane, you're the first person they see. And I just feel bad that like maybe they didn't understand or know, but like they're probably like, why is this lady bawling her face off? And it's like, I'm coming home without my daughter.
Right.
That was a really hard flight. Yeah.
But then we got home. We landed, but we didn't go directly home. We went to my parents.
We landed in Saskatoon and then went to your parents.
Where Waylon was.
Yeah.
And that was nice because we were, like I said, we were not in a hurry to get home. That was the last place we kind of wanted to be because it's just a big step that we weren't ready to get into.
Yeah.
And it was, I guess it was good to stay. I don't know. How long did we stay at my parents for? Just the one night?
I can't even remember. I just remember needing that comfort from your family.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I know my family was ready and waiting for us when we got to Swift Current, but just being in Swift Current,
we didn't want to be in our house by
here.
ourselves. No.
Yeah, so
that was good.
Yeah, it was extremely difficult having to explain to Waylon. That was so hard.
Did you do that on the spot? Explain letting Waylon know? I'm sure we have.
I'm sure we have. It would have been within the first couple episodes, I think. But
flip back, listen to the first 3. You'll probably get it in there.
Yeah, it would have been in there. Yeah, I think we explained that a lot. We've never really explained. We still haven't been able to explain the whole week leading up to her passing. But yeah, that would be really, really hard. Or the day. But yeah. Waylon didn't realize at first that she wasn't with us. He just thought maybe she was in the because we were at your parents' cabin and they have a big backyard and a big front yard.
Well, Waylon was so used to, Bella not necessarily being with us. There was always weird, awkward arrangements happening. But one thing was always consistent. It was either you or me.
Yeah.
With him.
And he didn't recognize that we were both there without Bella.
Now we're both here and Bella's not here. And then he's like...
So he just assumed she was still in hospital.
Yeah.
And thought that like the nurses were taking care of her.
And then he had to ask how she's doing.
Yeah. And there was no way I could just tell him because I knew we couldn't sugarcoat anything. We had to be blunt and rip the Band-Aid off when the time came. And so it was like bedtime and he's like, when's Bella coming home from the hospital? And I'm like, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember because it was in like, you guys are in the camper and I just heard him bawling. Yeah. Start to cry really loudly and it was hard. Yeah. What else you got on there for questions beside the flight home?
Okay.
It's a good question. It is because it is interesting because I'm sure they're asking like, oh, that must have been that's a step because you're leaving with
Yeah.
her, and you're leaving her behind.
Well, and I know my listeners and my followers online are very in tune with deep feelings and the deep parts of our life because they understand that there's a lot of joy and bravery that I've shared and Bella and I've shared through our videos. And there's a lot of personal details I've shared through writing. But there's still a lot that I haven't been able to share with them. And I think they're interested in it because they care,
Hmm.
right? They want to know because they care. And I get that. And so I'm here and ready and open to talk about anything they want to listen to.
Hmm.
And one of the next questions was the night that we had to call 911 and take Bella to the hospital. So that happened in March, I think it was. There was two nights, but the second night in May. So like there was the night in March when we called 911 when she wasn't responsive, and then in May when we kind of caught it before it got to the point of calling 911
Hmm.
and you took her to the ER,
Hmm.
and then that was the last time we took her to the hospital.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It was all kind of the same process that was kind of falling into place with the first time in March when what was
We've never had to call 911 in her entire life. That was the first time, and it's because she'd always been in hospital.
because there was some lung things going on, and I think she wasn't getting enough oxygen to her brain at those moments,
Yeah.
and so she was floppy is a technical term, and we had to in bed.
Yeah.
You go to wake her up, and your your kid's unresponsive.
It was like she was
She's breathing,
snoring, but
but she couldn't.
she couldn't open her eyes.
Yeah, I mean, eventually she would wake up if you got oxygen on her,
Yeah.
and she didn't have brain damage or anything like that from
Nope.
it, but it was just
No.
unresponsiveness, and that happened in March, and we called the ambulance,
You remember?
and because we live a few miles outside of town,
Yeah.
we gave them the instructions, and you held her right in the car, or
No, you did. We called
yeah,
911. So like you got out of bed and it was crazy. I'll never forget you like yelling at me. We were sleeping and you just went in to check on her and she was
I
unresponsive.
forget why I went in there.
Yeah, it was really
It was just a feeling or something.
yeah, it was, and you went in there and it was like she was snoring but not waking up.
Yeah, she was maybe there's some just an odd snore that
Yeah.
she had going on, and then so we got in the car, we got met kind of with the ambulance halfway,
We got on the phone and
and I
they instructed
remember
you how to hold her head while I was driving.
right, that's what it was, and I'll never forget when we met the ambulance kind of at a gas station halfway.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the smell from the ambulance. You could smell their like drive belt was just burning.
Yeah.
So like they were absolutely fucking flooring it
Yeah.
to get to meet us where they were because we were on the phone with them the whole time,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is really cool. Like
Yeah.
how much they just like got it. Oh, we
Yeah.
gotta get, and then we got her loaded on the ambulance. They got oxygen on her, and
She started coming
she
to.
started doing better,
Yeah.
and better and
Yeah.
better. So
And
it was,
she was
but that it was like part of an I don't know pneumonia or some sort of process with her lungs that went March, April, May,
we didn't
June,
know at the
July,
time because
right?
we didn't know at the time. Like she was responsive by the time we got to the hospital and they took her and then so when something serious like that
Looking
happens,
back though, that's like that was in play
that was when it had
then.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah. The organized pneumonia.
Hmm.
You could see the signs of it starting. And because we had went to Saskatoon, they checked her all out in the ICU. She was in the ICU for a couple nights and then we got to come home.
Hmm.
And I remember her just healing from that like really quick. And then we got to come home
Hmm.
and she was back at school.
Did she get not steroids then?
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. They gave her a lot. Like she
Yeah.
was in ICU. Was she intubated for a night? I can't remember. Or just on like high flow.
I can't remember.
They got her out of there really quick and she's really good. So we just thought we didn't even really know.
That's 911 anyways. What else you got?
Yeah. The first call for transplant that didn't go through. What was that like?
It was exciting. I mean, we got the call. Oh, it was really exciting. We all got loaded up and prepped, and I was nervous, really, really nervous.
I
You were
remember it.
excited.
I remember it.
I was like, because things were going really well regardless
It was really good. Yeah,
at
we
that
were.
time.
Yeah,
So I'm like, okay, this is great. She's
yeah,
doing good. Let's get her in for transplant. Even the second time she got the call for transplant, she was doing really
yeah.
well
Both
at that.
calls, she was doing great.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay. And the first time we got the call, I was just like, is this the right idea? Because she is doing good.
yeah,
Like, should we be doing this? Because she is doing good. But then obviously,
yeah.
she needed it.
This was like in December 2022. I
Hmm.
think we got the
I
first
think we were
call.
like,
Yeah, and
maybe I was still telling myself, no, it's going to be okay. When no, she needed a transplant, obviously.
yeah, her and I, she was very excited. I
Yeah.
remember we I we got the call. Um it was very strange. It was just such a different process from when we got the call for her actual transplant that did go through. But it was like December, so it was just cold. And I remember organizing getting us to the airport and just getting us to Toronto is like a whole thing. When you get the call for transplant, you have to go by air ambulance.
Hmm.
And then when you go by air ambulance in Saskatchewan, um, you have to go on a tiny plane that needs to stop somewhere in between and get there. And it was like this whole thing. And we get to the airport in Swift Current. They get us to the airport in Saskatoon. Then we had to wait for the team switch over to get us on the next plane to Winnipeg. And I remember us stopping in Winnipeg airport for a little bit, I think. And then finally getting to Toronto. And that was a whole different thing when it came to her second call. It was like we got this like private jet from Saskatoon straight to Toronto. It was the smoothest flight. You got to come.
Hmm.
Totally different scenarios. Anyways, we finally get to Toronto with the first call, and it definitely, looking back at knowing what the full follow through feels like with the transplant, it was really slow and different. So we get to Toronto, and things don't happen within hours. It was like the next day. I can't even really remember, but I just remember it being like um like we were back home in Swift Current within like 18 hours.
I can't
Um,
remember any of that stuff.
I just
Like, you always
remember
know, like,
I remember waking up and they're like, okay, we're gonna prep her in the morning, and they were like, no, we're gonna prep her at noon, and then it was
yeah, it's
like
getting delayed and
it was
delayed and
getting
delayed. It's like, what's
delayed.
going on here?
Yeah, and then they finally called us into the meeting, and I just remember my gut like dropped, and I'm like, this isn't gonna happen. And I
Hmm.
remember them telling me that there was an issue with the donor, and what that means is there's nothing wrong with Bella. It was something when like so
The
there's
bowels weren't good.
the bowels aren't good. So when you have a donor and you have the bowel team at Sick Kids, that's separate from the Trillium Gift of Life team that harvests organs for the recipient.
Hmm.
And so it's two separate teams. So the surgeons from Sick Kids don't even know, they're not even allowed to know what's going on with the donor organ. They are just there when it's brought into the OR and to put into the recipient.
Yeah.
So it was and I know a little bit of this information from my friend who's worked for Trillium and has been um there to take the organs to the OR for the Sick Kids surgeon. And um
You have a contact for everyone?
I've got my ways. Got my way. I got my know my people. Kind of been to a lot of hospitals in this country. Uh, so, anyways, um, and I confirmed with her Sick Kids teamed after, but it was something would have came up in the testing, like, and
And you know what? That's okay,
if there's
because
yeah,
the way it worked out with the transplant that she did receive
was like
and how amazing
perfect.
it went
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
yeah, like,
yeah,
yeah, obviously now it's not necessarily, it's not perfect, but I think that it, no matter what transplant she would have received, this was kind of the end result.
and they
But
always
the fact that we got the
yeah,
perfect year
yeah,
from the transplant that she did get
yeah.
made it okay. Clearly, it's a
Those
good
ones
thing
were
that
the
that
right
one
one.
happened, and the
Yeah,
one that she got was the perfect transplant because
exactly. Yeah,
she had no issues for a year,
yeah,
and it worked.
yeah.
So
Their
we,
bowels were that she did receive were perfect, and these ones, for whatever reason, like they will not take any inkling of a risk. If there's
Yeah.
any little bit of a
And that's
risk,
good. Like, because
yeah.
she bounced out of the
Yep.
surgery.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and she was eating that day.
Yeah.
It's like, are you guys sure you want to do
They
this?
were so amazed when the second call, when she got her transplant,
Yeah.
and how it went half as fast as they typically go.
Yeah.
But with the first call,
Fast?
they prepare you
What
for
does half as fast mean?
they prepare you for 20 hours, 15 to 20 hour surgery, and hers was 8.
Half as fast would be double. Sorry, I'm being a dork.
Stop being a brain tease.
Because
What I was going to say is
twice as fast would be half as fast.
Oh, half as fast. Oh, right.
I don't know, maybe.
It was half as fast, so it's half of 20 is like
It's
10.
Okay, maybe. But
Right?
well, that's saying that 20 is fast. Half of fast is 10.
Half the regular time it takes.
I don't know.
I shouldn't use fast.
So you got a
Anyways,
bunch of heavy topics here. I
they're
wasn't
heavy.
quite ready walking into
I
this.
know. Well, I didn't think you were walking in at all. What I was going to say, don't interrupt me this time.
Sorry.
They prepare you for anything to happen up until the moment.
Yeah.
They've told us that they did tell us even before the first call for transplant. They were like, we've even had kids come into the OR, and it's like they call it off. Like if there's something they see from the donor and it's just like, nope, this is too much of a risk, they call it right then and there. They will not bring that risk to the recipient.
Imagine if it was just a trial run to get you on the list. It's like, surprise, now you're a candidate.
Oh my gosh.
You passed the test.
Jeez.
No, I shouldn't joke, because in all truth, really, there was a kid that passed to make in that instance as well. So
yeah, exactly. Right.
Wah. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna go loud. Well, I mean, in all honesty, like I remember the team was amazing in the first instance there when it didn't go through and they had to sit me down in that room and tell me it's not happening. Like, you were on your way and I had to call and say, don't get on the flight.
Oh, I remember when you phoned me.
Yeah.
And I saw you phoning. I was like, I knew right away.
They heard you swear through the phone.
Ooh, they heard me swear. Whoa.
I remember the emotions being high.
I think I did. I said, don't effing say it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I remember that now. Yeah. Because I knew right when I saw you phoning. Because whenever you phoned, it was always bad news.
Yeah.
Which is
Life
great.
of a medical
I think I
dad.
still have anxiety whenever I see you phoning me.
Yeah.
Still.
Aww. Yeah.
Because I'm like,
someone was calling from a hospital.
Yeah, no, it was just say it. Just say it.
Yeah.
Don't start it. You say either she's doing great or just say it.
I'd always have to start with Bella's good, and then say what I wanted to say.
I wanted you to start with that.
You'd have to remind me. Yeah.
How's it going? I don't know. How is it going?
Yeah. No, but I remember the team being very, very good, because that was, and our social worker and the whole like team, and having to tell Bella and her just being so devastated. We were just like, get us out of here. And I remember
you were back like that day.
Yeah. I remember my social worker was like, she was on the ball. She's like, here's the flights. I was like, get us the fastest one out of here. I can't be here right now. And we were home like that night. Yeah.
From Toronto.
Yeah.
Which is 3 provinces over.
Yeah.
Which is
a 3-hour flight.
3-hour flight and then a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not just down the road.
I was just so mad. We got so close. I was so devastated for her. I just wanted to come home.
But it all worked out. It wasn't the right fit.
Yeah.
And she got the right fit.
Yeah.
And then we had amazing time.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Or
what are we looking at here for time? We might be cutting it close there.
Are we close to the end here? Let me just do one quick check on my stories to see if I missed any.
You get so much spam email. Do you ever click the unsubscribe button?
Oh, I should probably do. I'm just delete.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I get Kyla's emails on my phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I help out. Once in a blue moon, I help out.
There's been times where like, thank God you can help out with my emails.
Well, I just delete when you need to.
Or that. That's
Do
very
you know
helpful.
what's funny?
Kind of
cringy, kind of weird.
What?
Is when a couple shares the Facebook account.
No, people do that.
Yes, they'll be like,
Why?
I do think it's a lot of older couples,
Okay.
but it'll be
Do
like,
we know? That would be so weird. I would never share
they'll
a
be
Facebook
like,
account
I'm
with you.
surprised my parents don't. I'm surprised they don't be like,
Rod and Cheryl Thompson.
Rod and Cheryl is the first name, Rod and Cheryl, and then the last name would be Thompson.
Rod and Cheryl.
But I've seen
That's funny.
younger people. I'm like, ugh, like
No, that's weird. I never even would
because
have thought of that.
they would have had to have been together in like when Facebook came, like when they
Facebook, that's
decide
like
I'm gonna create a
2006.
Facebook account, or like they've been together since like they created a Facebook account.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
so weird. It must be mostly older people, but that's
It must
I
be.
saw that the other day. I'm like, yeah.
Are you serious? Oh my goodness.
Like you have an identity too.
I feel like,
You're like, or maybe you don't.
but the thing is,
One
like,
of them is just dominating. It's like, no, you do not get a Facebook account.
Facebook is so
Ditch it.
old school for like personal pages. Like I feel like it's still relevant for like events and like business pages or
Well,
like
for my like
blog
like my
pages.
trees and
Your
tree sales and
trees.
stuff, and once in a while
Yeah.
I'll get like someone on Facebook Messenger messaging,
Yeah.
and it'll be like, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Or the people that are just like, I'm not doing
It'd be
Instagram.
Brent and Gladys. Like, well, which is it? Do you not have like? Are you just like? Have you just fused into one
I feel like-
personality?
I feel like we should start a Lyle and Kyla Facebook page now just to see how it does. How's your Instagram, by the way? How many followers you got now?
I don't even know how to work it.
Are you oh, come on.
Post for me?
Did we tell everyone about okay, so I am on your Instagram now, but did we tell everyone about when I like made that reel and you like hit like 20K views?
No,
Tell everyone about that?
no, I don't even know.
Where are you at? Lyle
Oh, you
MT.
did something for a Swift Tree Center for the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, you're at 4,045? Did you go
Yes.
down? I thought you were at 5,000.
I don't know.
Aw, muffin. You kind of hit a plateau there.
Flat
That's
down.
cute. Like I have to do more for you.
I might just delete it.
No,
Why?
don't. Because I'm not 100% female listeners, and the males, I'm pretty sure, like, enjoy your
No, I
input.
think technically you are 100% female
No,
listeners.
it's like
I'm-
93.
Okay, 93%.
Mm-hmm.
And the 7% is tuning in because Lyle might pop in on the podcast.
Is that? I care about that 9%, just like I care about my little
true.
percentage of YouTubers that are watching right now. I care about you guys, and I like to continue the YouTube video going for you guys. So
But it'd be a lot easier if everyone just listened on one platform.
it would, like Spotify or Apple. Give those 5 stars. Subscribe.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
It
means
we
a
love you.
lot.
Thank you, YouTubers. But it'd be a lot easier if you just went to
Could you just listen? You can go back to YouTube. Just
Then you have
hop
to
over.
upload one thing, but you insist
Well,
on doing the video.
I do, because some people like that, and there is gonna be. I have plans to like
That's good.
show things and like not unboxings, but like unbox like
You're
my.
gonna have like a diagram.
My,
This
like-
is the colon.
I
This
could.
is
I could. Nursing with Kyla 101.
it'd be like my finance podcast where they always have the disclaimer at the end. This is not advice. Do not take our advice. That's what
this
you'd
is
need on
not
your
professional
This
medical.
is not a professional. advice.
Contact your doctor. Ask the right questions.
Oh, okay. That's your medical pods.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Should we close?
Yeah, go right ahead.
We are almost at an hour, I think.
Good.
This is a little short and sweet episode. Oh, I didn't tell my story. No, guys, we're not closing. I wanted to share a Bella. Okay, this is in closing something. So when I share like signs from Bella or winks, I like to say winks or signs. This one has been this. I probably
I like that Waylon winks. He thinks he's so smooth.
his
when he
literal
winks.
winks are like. What is like? Who does he think he is? Like,
Big hot shot.
yeah, big hot shot.
Go ahead.
So I've received lots, and we've chatted on here a lot about the signs I've received and the winks I've received from Bella. But this one was the absolute most obvious, and I really want to. I'm gonna make this a post because I want to contact Subtle Beauty and just because they're a part of this. And anyways, it was just so blatantly obvious, and I've never felt such a response from her, um so obvious, like, hey mom, like, it is me. Like, okay, let me tell you guys a story. On May 25th, this morning, I was going through your room, gently talking to you. I wanted to put together a gift for your friend Lily, who loves you so much. I was asking you what she'd like. If we could give her one of your necklaces. And I was sitting in Bella's room talking to her just like that and being like, "Hi honey, I'm putting a box together for Lily." And I was just talking out loud like she was right there. And then I had said, "I'd love a wink or a sign from you." I said that out loud, that I would wait for you, and to listen to what my heart is telling me from you, and to not think anymore about it, just to like let it kind of come to me and just be like, okay, how does Bella want to like share a wink or say hi to mommy today? And I was like, you do that on your own, sweetheart, and I will be patient. And so I continued sorting through your things. I was like cleaning your room, going through your headbands that you wore, and like pausing and like looking at like things that I remember being your favorite, like accessories and your makeup. And I wanted to clean out your makeup bag. Don't even. I'm telling a story. You little impatient tidbits. Just because you know the story already.
I don't know if it's that.
Oh, you're such a turd. Okay, so I was going through your makeup bag and I found all your lip glosses, and I know how much you love them, and I didn't want them to sit there and collect dust and go to waste. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take these and put them in my car, put one in my pocket, put one in my bathroom, and use them. And then in your makeup bag, you also had your Saint makeup. And I remember you receiving this as a gift from them, and you really, really loved it. And they have all these little like metal slides of makeup, like blushes and eyeshadows, and you had the little Saint kit and some brushes. Um, and I was looking on the back of them to see which one, what they were named, and if they were a blush or an eyeshadow or for your lip or your cheek. And some said lip and cheek, and others said eyeshadows. And then I flip over one, and the only word on the back in bold capital letters was mama.
Yeah, you showed me that, and I didn't understand. Like, well, why is this one say not? It's not a theme. It's not like Coca
Yeah.
Colas that have bro and
Yeah.
son, and
All of the Saint makeup has like, this is lip
that
and
was cool.
cheek.
But
And it was like, just like every little bit of ingredient and all the little things written on the back of it. And this one was plain silver, just MAMA. And I instantly knew it was you, and I couldn't stop crying happy tears knowing you were right there with me as I talked to you. And I can't explain that feeling, but I'm beyond happy to know that you were right here, confirming you hear me and you're with me. And I just bawled and bawled and bawled and smiled and bawled and cried. And then told Lyle, I think Waylon was watching TV, and I didn't want to like tell him why I was crying, but I should have brought it down here to show all you on YouTube, but I'm going to create a post with it later, and I want to talk to Saint Makeup and just be like, why? Because it's like she had like 10 of them, lip and cheek and blush and eyeshadow, and they all have these little, like the typical little like ingredient lists and like names and all the typing, little bunny that's like not used on animals and everything.
so they said, we've never made one like that.
Like, this is,
Or
like,
they might give you a reason and be like, oh.
it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Either way, this is the only one that says mama.
Yeah.
And the fact that
says anything at all.
this is anything, and the rest of the slate is completely blank, and it's just M-A,
Yeah.
M-A. And I'm just like, that's her saying mama, hi. Like, and I just,
Cute.
and yeah, that was my,
It's a good story. It's wonderful.
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I love it. It just meant so much. Okay, Brave Cave, Beyond Brave Crew. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to our messages. And I'm just really I'm really grateful for this community.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Glad I hopped on.
that's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, guys. Stay brave.
Bye-bye.